You've been, just to finish off, you've been involved with the Pathways and Transitions research from Massey. Any thoughts about that?
I was really, when we first approached to participate, I was actually, as an organisation, quite excited because although we're based in Kapiti, it gave us the opportunity to be part of something that was happening in New Zealand and also internationally. There's not a lot of New Zealand relevant research out there, and so being part of that was really important. Also, it involving staff, like staff had their Briar, who was involved within it. She had amazing training. The skills that she learnt and the experiences that she learnt, she was able to bring back and share that with other staff. It was, often Kapiti is seen as quite an affluent community with no needs, and often resource will go to the communities on either side of us, and often the voice of our young people is missed. So it was the opportunity of the young people's voice from this community to be heard. And I think, starting off at that early stage and getting to the further through the research, we've been incredibly supported by you, Robin, and Jackie. That in the form of participating in our outcomes evaluation, providing me with supervision. What's fantastic about this research is that both you, Robin, and Jackie are grounded. You are really relevant to young people. You're engaged with them. Look at the high numbers of young people that you've managed the uptake, I suppose, and that's because you are so aware of young people and working with young people. We often get approached by researchers and evaluators wanting to come in for us to participate in something, but they never give anything back, and you feel often that you're used. And I think for you, it's been a partnership, and we've got lots out of it. The staff have got lots out of it, and just the learnings from what we take away, like stuff that you put on your computer, the learnings that you put out each time, and looking at those, and how do we take that to our practice, and how do we continue to improve so that we continue to prove the best for young people.
I think it'd be great. There's a number of things. Number one, I did some of the original questionnaires with young people. That was actually a very interesting process. The young people loved it. There was sometimes a bit of work on our part to make sure they understood the questions well, which is what you told us to do. But they actually quite liked telling their story in that way. I always found some of the guys I took through it, they actually liked the thought that they were part of this international study too. It's quite cool for people, I'm not just a 14-year-old boy or whatever, I'm actually part of this big international thing. When that's explained well, that's quite esteeming for them, I think, that they have something to say to the wider world. I think, as Rachel said, the fact we get a lot of feedback from you is good. Updates rather than some researcher participating and you never hear about it, and you might get some 500-page PDF that you'll never be able to read one day. So I think it's very, very useful in that regard. It's good to get that feedback, and we appreciate that. Our learnings along the way we pick up because we know we can always improve and get better. And then finally, it's always good when something comes out and says you're kind of getting it right. That's always encouraging, isn't it? Rather than another model that you have to try that's going to be the latest, greatest.
Because
I think it's really good.
Anecdotally, we know what we're doing works because we've evolved it to meet the need, and we're constantly evolving it. But to have the evidence that supports that is really good.
And it's young people front and centre with it. It was their stories, their person most knowledgeable. All those, it's great stuff, eh? And I while it's international and that's great, it's also a good Kiwi voice in it, eh?
And I think that true partnership, being involved together, and I think acknowledging us, acknowledging our input has been, we really appreciate that too. So yeah, thank you.